Community Court Services.
Yeah, can I speak with Joe Herberko, please?
Yeah, hang on 1 second. Hello, this is Joe.
Hey, Joe, this is Leonard.
Hey, you. How are you?
We're alright. I just woke up.
You did?
Yeah, but, I woke up to the call of Karen Kidd being arrested by a police officer.
Not arrested.
Not arrested?
No.
Okay. Well, take it away against her will.
Okay.
So, I don't know how that happened, but she said the police officer said that it was filed by Trisha. Trisha filed a probable cause against her.
Okay.
And
were you on the phone with her? Or?
Yeah, I was talking to her while she was sitting in the police car.
Okay.
And basically, I told her to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I said I told her that she needs a new caseworker. She needs to stop communicating with Trisha. And
why would you say that?
Because, I mean, they obviously don't get along.
I don't... I mean, without sharing information that I'm not allowed to share, I will say that I've overheard, kind of contacts, and I've talked with Karen, and I really think, Leonard, and I know you're going to disagree, but I think that Trisha really has her best interest at heart.
Well,
and there's things I can't share with you, and you know that.
Right. Well, of course she does. Until we find out that she's putting her in a form of mental jail. I don't think that it's anyone's best interest to be put on the unit.
I think that only needs to happen if somebody is at risk, or if they feel like they need to go because they themselves feel they're at risk.
Well, I'll say this. She was doing okay.
Was she?
Yeah. She's starting, what it is, Jill, is that she sees the big picture because she's been taught. She knows when people fall down below the standards. And what that means is Karen has seen it all. She's been the victim of all sorts of stuff in her life, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows when she feels like she's been cheated. And she reacts to that. Okay? She reacts to she's acting out of all the things that have been wrong about her life and the people that are currently in it. And what that means is she wants to heal. She wants something that makes her happy. And she's not getting that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one of the things that's happening. She still has to bear the consequences of her own guilt or guilt for other people. And she feels like she's not at home. She feels like she's not in the right place at all with anything, and she probably doesn't trust medicine, and she doesn't trust doctors. But she kind of is trusting of a doctor, but she kind of ain't. She'll take medicine, but only certain ones, because she knows how they make her feel. And all of this is kind of like an accumulation of like a lot of things that seem to be going wrong. Really, they're not really working in her best interest. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does she have an issue with dealing with her emotions and her anger, but she also wants somebody to pay. I think she also wants somebody to pay the price. She wants somebody to pay the price that she's asking, whatever it is, for her happiness. She just wants to be happy.
Sure. And that's what we all want for her.
But she's not happy here. She doesn't like the situation. And it's not good enough for her. She wants what she wants when she wants it, and she wants it now.
But you've known Karen for a long time.
Yeah.
And those things that have happened to her throughout her life, and things continue to happen to all of us. But I know just from what you've shared with me that you've had some concerns in the last couple of months at times.
Things should not be continuing.
Well, what do you mean?
Like I don't want to have any involvement with police whatsoever, and I don't want to be on the unit. That's not my best interest. I'm going to speak from my perspective. This is no longer about Karen.
Okay.
This is about me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I see as wrong about CMHC is that it's a lame duck. People call it as they see it, but like it's straight up lame. Like it's not. I don't know that there is a way to have fun. I don't know what true fun is for everyone. I can't describe to you what it would be. But to me, I see CMHC as a really lame duck. It's like a death. It's like a death sentence. I kind of feel like I'm in prison here, and I don't have the privacy that I want either.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm dealing with people who really don't know what I want out of life.
Who?
Everyone.
Well, but is it our job to read your mind to know what you want out of life?
I don't want these neighbors around me. I want to live in my own house. I want to be on my own property. I want to be away away from the idiocracy, because I don't do idiocracy. It's not my job. I just want to be away from it all. But I don't want to be in jail or prison or 6 feet under. That's not where I'm looking to go right now.
Right.
But maybe someday. So, I want something that is, that's true happiness. When you wake up in the morning, you don't hear some asshole cussing and screaming through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That shit gets disgustingly old. I mean, there's a lot of things that get really fucking old. Like, I don't know how you do your job every day, Jill. Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, I couldn't handle that shit.
Like what?
Doing your job every day, working with very ill people.
I like to do it.
That's up to you, but, like,
yeah.
I would give you advice on that. I would say that be careful about how you treat other people, whether they're mentally ill or not.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think it's fair that Karen continuously gets arrested instead of getting treatment.
Well, she's not arrested.
It's still the same thing. They put her in handcuffs and put her in a car.
And it is a form of treatment. And maybe, and again, I have to be super careful, Leonard, because I'm not allowed to talk about somebody else's treatment. But sometimes when people are unable to care for themselves safely,
yeah.
The form of treatment is that they are kind of forced to re-engage in that treatment. And if we go back to you, because you said we're not talking about Karen a few minutes ago, we were talking about you. The last time that you were on the inpatient unit, you chose that was something you felt you needed, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I chose that. Karen did not. Karen did not choose that.
No, she did not. Not this time.
Karen doesn't want to go on the unit at all.
Well, I know. But here's the thing, Leonard. And just if you consider you, right? You can get angry. You can even curse at me. You can accuse me of being a liar and whatever else. And I'm not going to call the court and say, I think Leonard needs to go to the unit. Absolutely not. Because it has nothing to do, if you're angry or frustrated or even annoyed with things that CMHC or other people might do, that doesn't mean that you require anybody else to step in and say that you need some other treatment, right?
Right.
And so I'm not ever going to do that.
Yeah, that's fair you say that, because that's a good thing that you say that, because people are entitled to their emotions.
Sure they are.
But they're not entitled to necessarily harm you.
No. No.
They're not entitled to that. No.
But we do have an obligation where if somebody is putting themselves at risk. And it's not just, I would say, and again, I'm not talking specifically about Karen. If I'm looking at people in general that we work with on this team, that it can also be from input from family. It can be input from somebody's general practitioner or a business owner in town, where if we repeatedly hear something that concerns us about somebody putting themselves at risk, of course we're first going to talk to that person about it and see what we can do. Hospitalization is not the first thing that we ever want to go to, especially not against somebody's will.
Right. You know where this all comes from, don't you? Know what Karen's problem really is?
No.
Like I said, she's not getting what she wants. She's got other illnesses, other things going wrong. She's got other problems. It's not her brain. It's not her per se. It's not her mentality. She's got all these other things, and see, she's not being healed. Okay, so she gets aggravated. And when she's aggravated, she really just starts to lose a sense of herself. And she doesn't control herself. But Karen, let me say this about Karen. Karen is usually a really calm person. You don't know that she's actually a really sweet person quite often.
Oh, I know that she has been with me in the past. Now, recently she has not been because of her perceptions about, my relationship with you.
Yeah, that's what's going on with that. She's really jealous.
And I don't care about that, Leonard. If she's jealous, she's jealous. And I don't even care if she's not the nicest person to me right now. That's not a concern. That's. And
I don't. I've numerous times told her that there's definitely not any shred of like a romantic relationship between me and you, because that just would not happen. I don't think at all. There's a reason why that wouldn't happen. I told her, I said, Jill's married. And I am not relationship material, and this ain't working right for me. My life's not in the right place. And like I said, you're married, and I haven't engaged you, and you haven't engaged me in any kind of way that we're working at a romantic type relationship.
Right. And my point with that whole thing was, Leonard, even that alone, even if she's not so friendly or nice to me in the last few months because of that, that's not a big deal. When it becomes something where, and again, I have to be careful here and walk this line, when it becomes a situation where, again, and maybe you're not seeing
yes, I do see.
Maybe how she's treating others, or other things she's doing to herself.
Yes, I do see what's going on.
And it's not because we want to do something, force her to do something against her will. I know she doesn't want to be on the unit.
She's not in the right place right now, but if people corrected their faults, see, what about the faults of CMHC and her doctors? Okay, what about the faults of her medicine? Why is she not secured? Why can't she feel secure? What about her boyfriend Leonard, or her friend Leonard? Well, I'm not officially her boyfriend anymore, but what about her friend Leonard that she deals with? I'm a bit of an asshole, and she knows that I talk sense to her. Mm-hmm. And she knows that I may have antagonized her to believe something about the world and CMHC and doctors and medicine. And I told her numerous times that I don't believe in a lot of it. She knows I think that the shit is fraud. I think it's a way to basically sell something and get away with it. And call it medicine when it's really not. Because I've taken several medicines that didn't do shit for me.
Right, but and you and I have had this discussion before. I think it might have been one of the other times that Karen went to the unit. And I believe in the past you agreed with me, but maybe I was wrong. Every person is very different, right?
Yeah, yes, that's true.
And you are very capable of saying what this medication did for you and what it didn't do for you. And you feel very strongly that medications, for the most part, do not help you a lot.
Right.
But there are some people that truly do benefit from some medications. And if they don't take those medications, then it can put them in kind of a risky or even dangerous place.
I do understand that brain chemistry. Here, you got to hear this part for sure.
What?
This is very important for you to understand about me. is I know when my brain chemistry isn't right and I'm feeling bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a major sign. Like, yes, I understand people can get mentally ill based on their brain chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And I do know for a fact that some medications do help with that. Like, one of the medications that helped me during a crisis was Xanax. Xanax, or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I took that. I was having a nervous breakdown right before my son was born.
Mm-hmm.
He was about to come out. And I had to have my girlfriend take me to the hospital to get a prescription. And they prescribed me 15 pills of Xanax. And I took that. And I was alleviated not even 30 minutes afterward. And I felt so much better. I was just like chilled. I was great. I was happy. I was just feeling fine, dude. I mean, I was absolutely fucking great. I could not be any better after I took that pill. But just 30 minutes before that, I was dying. I was losing it all. And that pill took away all my problems. It took away the gut pain, the acid reflux, the body pains, the back pain, the mental pain, the bad brain chemistry. It all went away after that.
Mm-hmm.
It just disappeared. And that's what I want you to know. I know people need certain things. That's not what really it is. But the argument may possibly be that some things are not working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that may be an argument.
Do you know if Karen was taking her medications? Because if somebody's not taking them, it's hard to know if they work or not.
She was taking them in front of Maddie, as far as I know. I mean, sometimes she was missing her medications because she was sleeping. I hate to tell you, this is what I think. Nobody's waking me up out of bed to take medications because my sleep, to me, is more important than anything that could ever compare to anything else. Because when I don't get sleep, Jill, I end up being very mentally ill. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but let me just ask you this, and again...
But she was missing.
Do you know if other than missing because she was sleeping, do you know if she was refusing medications?
Yeah, there was a couple of times I think she did refuse medication because she didn't want to feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to feel that way. She had other things to do, and the medications was going to drag her down. There's a reason why she refused it. It's not working for her. It's not how she wants to feel. And CMA, she can't force that on her. It's unlawful to force it on her and say that she has to take something that she knows is making her drag ass. And it ain't just an argument. There's actually a scientific basis for it, which I'm not going to go through right now, but there is a reason. Okay? It's just like taking Tylenol. It affects you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Would you let somebody force Tylenol on you? It's a safe drug. Everybody takes it, right?
Leonard, we've talked about this before. In most cases, right, 90-some% of the time, if not, I don't even know the exact amount, so I don't want to get some false, but most cases, people are not able to force medication on anybody. And the only time it is when the court gets involved. And I know you say the court is all, can be messed up and not make accurate
Absolutely.
choices and stuff too. I know.
Absolutely. Those judges, they're little post haste. They like to think about things afterward, and they don't necessarily care about what you want or how you want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care if you die, Jill. I've seen them almost let people die before. They treat you like soldiers treat people. You know, there's a soldier perspective in the midst of all this bullshit. The soldier perspective is that if he has to cut his losses, if the soldier has to cut his losses and take a run, the soldier has to cut his losses and take a run. Does that make sense?
I hear you.
Yeah, a soldier don't stand and fight when he knows he's going to lose. So that's pretty much what they do sometimes. They'll let you sit there because they cannot treat you. They don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
The doctors are actually telling them, we don't know how to fix this person.
Leonard, I know that you care very much about Karen, and I know that you hate for her to be in this situation.
Yes, I do.
I know.
I don't want her to be. I don't want anybody. I want peace. There's a part of me in my world that I remember, and I always think about it. Just being happy-go-lucky. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've got memories of that all throughout my life of being happy-go-lucky. That's when I can get away from the people that are trying to hurt me, that want to sell me something, that want to create this false world for me, that want to force me to be like them, force something onto me that is unpure and unnatural, something adulterated. They want me to be like them. It's crazy. And I'm not for that. I want people to be wise, but I don't want them to all have to be foreclosed upon. So, that's what I want for Karen, is I just want her to smile. I want to see a big smile on her face. And I think everybody deserves that.
And Leonard, I can tell you that is exactly what Trish wants for her. That's what her sons want for her.
Yeah. I know. Karen feels blessed. She feels lucky to have what she has,
mm-hmm.
but it's not enough for her. I often say it, quite often, we're lucky we got what we got.
Well, you're lucky to have each other, too.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that person who you can talk to or depend upon, even when maybe, you're not at your best or you're struggling.
Yeah. I've been there for her a lot, man. I even fed her pizza when she was starving to death and falling asleep and passed out because of her medicine and the fact that she didn't sleep because she's all worked up. And I was lifting her head up and woke her up and made her eat some pizza because she was starving. Like she wanted me to order food, and I ordered it for her, and she was slobbering on herself and she couldn't stay awake. And I finally woke her up, and I got her to eat like 2 slices of pizza. She was so hungry because she wouldn't make herself anything to eat. And she's getting to that age where she doesn't feel like doing anything, Jill. She needs more support. And she's not getting that either.
I agree she does. I agree that she does. Well, I'm sorry that, that you had to go through that, again today. But I'm sure it was comforting to her for you to be there, even if it was a bad situation and she was completely unhappy and sad maybe, and maybe even pissed off about what was going on. I'm sure it was comforting that you were there.
Yeah, I calmed her down over the phone, too.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there, but I was on the phone, so that was good enough for her. She could hear me and she could talk to me.
Yeah.
And I told her, I honestly told her, I think Patricia is harassing her. And I told her, I said, you need a new caseworker. And I said, you guys apparently don't get along and you don't like her. And I don't know what's going on with it, but apparently it's not working out for her.
Well, I'm not sure you're getting the entire picture of what's going on between Trish and Karen. And I think when Karen, even when Karen's not doing well and angry with Trish, she calls her and she depends upon her a lot for support.
I know she calls her a lot. I know she does.
Yeah, and when Karen is doing well, Karen would not have any other case manager. She actually told me that.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what this really is, but there seems to be 2 different stories here. A little bit. Because
granted, you're only going to get the one side of the story, right? You're only going to get Karen's side of the story, and I can't provide you with much more.
No, I mean, she used to like Tricia.
Yeah.
She used to like Tricia. She thought she was a cool person. Mm-hmm. But when all this talk about medicine and doing things that we need to get done, when all this talk about getting things changed and doing things the way we want to do them, it all became an argument. And me and Karen have discussed several times about what makes Karen feel good and what don't. See, I was never really, until I met Karen, I was never really as hyped up about, how do I say it? Hyped up about how medicine affects people. And Karen, I don't know if you know this, but Karen has complained to me about her medication a lot and her body. Mm-hmm. She complains a lot about how she feels. And she says that her head hurts. And she whines a lot. She gets a really whiny attitude. And she thinks that she's not being healed quite often. She feels like, I don't know what to call it. She's she just feels like she needs to take medicine, something too. There's a reason, and it's because she has illness, and when she wakes up in the morning, she says she has Tin Man syndrome, and she's really stiff.
Mm-hmm.
Her body hurts really bad, and I have that same problem. I do that same thing. Me and her both do. Our nerves hurt really bad. When we wake up, we feel very mentally ill usually. Lately, it's been getting better for me. And I found out it's about something that we're eating. It's food induced. And Karen went so far as to cut all of her food out, and she went on a big major diet. And like, not only that, but there's like something up with both of us that isn't like, how do I say it? It may be a genetic disorder, I don't know. But there's something causing us to feel like wretched shit when we get out of bed. And it causes us to feel this way throughout the day too. And if it is in fact a brain mutation, or a nervous system mutation, or a muscular mutation, or something like that, then it's going to be impossible to really fix it without like some kind of dope. Okay? Because like I feel like shit a lot, Joe, and I've told you that several times.
I know.
Like it feels like I'm burning inside or something. Like I got acid in my body, all throughout my body. And that's what Karen feels like. She feels stiff, acidic, and like just she feels bad a lot. And then she gets it every day. She battles it. You know, she fights it off. She wakes up. She feels like wretched shit for the first 6 hours of her day. And then it all wears off, and she feels better, and she goes about her business. Well, not only that, Karen probably does have a mental illness. She's not as capable as other people are. But she is understanding. She does understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's not like totally ignorant.
No, of course not.
She's not ignorant. She has a hard time communicating.
But would you agree that she doesn't always have a hard time communicating?
Not always. That's right. Yeah, sometimes she gets. I like I told her she gets fearful in her mind when she talks. It's almost like she's embarrassed. Or she's afraid to look stupid or something. You know? But when she cracks up, when she reaches the peak of the mountain, and she jumps over to the other side, she starts talking real well. Mm-hmm. You know? It's that fight or flight response, where she becomes fearful. She's afraid to communicate because somebody has hurt her feelings really bad, and now she no longer controls her thought processes very well. And she may have brain damage. Karen did tons of drugs, okay, in her lifetime. She said she smoked crack for 10 years. Okay? Mm-hmm. And that's bad news, Billy. You don't want to smoke no damn crack. She said she smoked weed for tons and tons of years. And who knows it? She took pills. She took other people's pills. She's a little bit of, she's getting a lot better about all this. I want you to know she's a changed woman. Does that make sense? I worked on her, Jill. She's a changed woman. She's not doing these drugs. She doesn't have access to them, and she's doing all right. She just wants her pain to go away, and her mental pain. and she wants to see her kids every day.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows that the doctors ain't perfect.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Well, not even their medicines are perfect. So it's really questionable what you can do for Karen. She needs love. She needs true love. She needs it in all the best ways that she can get it. Like, I think she needs a massage every week.
You do?
Yeah. I think a lot of people need that.
I do. I would love to have that.
Oh, massage every week, at least once a week. Like, God, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Heck yeah, it would.
That'd change your whole day, maybe even your whole week.
I think it would help me a lot.
Yeah, get a massage. Your husband doesn't give you a massage, Jill?
No, not weekly, no.
Oh, God, you know how many massages I gave Karen?
No. I
bet you I gave Karen probably at least 1,000 massages.
Well, to be fair, I don't give him weekly massages either, so.
You should get into that more.
Maybe so.
You should.
All right, Leonard, I have got to get off the phone because I have had probably 15 emails since I've been talking to you.
Okay, cool.
That's what I get for coming into the office when everybody else is working from home.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad.
But I got a chance to talk with you, though.
I'm glad you're a pretty strong girl, Jill.
Thank you.
If we get through this matter between me, Karen, and CMHC, if we get through this, it'll be much better.
Well, and I think just keep an open mind about maybe there are some aspects of this that you might see differently because of your relationship with Karen, or maybe some things that you might not be aware of. Is that fair to say?
Why am I in the dark, though? That's what I want to know.
Well, and I don't know. And I don't know, I think, and I can't say, but I can tell you that Trish and myself, we only want the same thing you want. We want Karen to smile, and we want her to feel safe. And we're not trying to do anything to make her feel worse.
Well, I'm not trying to make her feel worse, but she knows that.
I know you're not.
She knows. I said I mentioned to her several times. I said, don't be mad at me because I tell you the truth. Because I just tell you the damn truth. And I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings. Because it's just what I've been through in my lifetime. I know I'm not going to be the victim anymore. Just like her son Garrett said, I will not be your victim. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to play your game. I'm not going to be your victim. I don't care what was said, who said what, I'm not going to be your victim. And that's just plain and simple. Okay? I'm going to be an United States American citizen. I'm not going to be anybody's fucking victim. Mm-hmm. I may be a victim of medicine and health and science and the human body, but I'm not going to be anybody's victim.
Right.
So,
I hear ya. And I know that you, like I said before, I know that you care about her deeply.
Yeah.
And you only want what's best for her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got to get off here, but I will talk to you soon, okay?
All right.
Tomorrow, definitely on Thursday.
All right.
All right. Bye, Leonard.
Bye.